So we all have certain innate characteristics that contribute to the development of who we are in this life. And I knew that probably about 15, 16 years ago that I wanted to be like some form of entrepreneur or my own boss, because pretty much I didn't like being told what to do. Number one, from incompetent people or from people who just lacked certain respect and the talent that you brought to the table and just lacked respect in you, period. So I knew that I was on a everlasting mission from that point on to really strive to get to a position where I could be self-empowered, educate myself, and really display my talent as a leader, an influencer, and somebody to be respected. I remember I used to work for this, for this certain individual or boss back in the days about 10, 15 years ago. And me and the boss used to go at it. We used to go pretty much at it because he used to put this mean psychological game down on the rest of the workers to kind of make it like a rat race between all of us. But it really was to just exploit us all for our energy so we could help him become more efficient in his job. And I kind of was on point to that, and me and him kind of butted heads because, a lot of the other workers either had past issues or mistakes or some kind of leverage that he felt he could hold over them to make them fear about losing their job or make them fear that they can't have any other job anywhere else in this world. So he kind of had them, stuck in a mousetrap. Whereas me, I came on my mindset, and we kind of butt heads because I was smart. I had potential in me, and I could see things for what they are, and I was already developing a consistent pattern inside my own self as far as studying what I do, studying my craft, and learning and educating myself. And me and him collided with that. He would never fire me, and I would never quit. Long story short, I evolved out of there, and I moved into the training field. And even working in the big gyms, I was not content working in big gyms as far as being director on it, because I just didn't like selling package of training sessions just for the money. And it was all about, how many sessions you could sell, what was the quota this week, and that whole number game with personal training. I didn't feel comfortable with that because personal training is a life job, and you're taking people's lives and responsibilities in your hands. Even though there's a monetary value in exchange, I still just didn't feel comfortable trying to meet quotas and numbers every month based on other people trying to change their lives. So I eventually evolved out of there, and here it is with IPT, Intense Personal Training. And I just knew inside me that I was never going to be compromised or give anybody else the ability to have any kind of leverage over me in this life, that the kind of leverage that psychologically would make you compromise what you feel you want to do in your heart, or what's good for you as far as what goes against your natural character. And this is why I'm here now, because even with the clients that I train now, it's a relationship. It's a beneficial relationship. It's unique. Yeah, there's monetary value exchange. I do this for a living, but at the same cost, it's a particular type of person that seeks my help and seeks my motivation and guidance, and I really respect them. They really respect me. But that's how I carry myself through life. I will never allow anybody to think that they have some kind of control, some kind of leverage over me, where I'm gonna compromise my ways, my ideology, and just what I feel inside is the right pathway for me. And I will at all costs push that to the max. Money, situations, locations will never dictate or control the position I hold as far as decisions I make in this life. I will go bare, naked, broke, and live in a box before I allow anybody in this world to try to dictate to me how things should be done according to the perception and teachings that I was brought up in this life. And at the end of the day, it's about people trying to make you prove or validate who you are. I mean, we do a lot of things in this life as far as experience and growing up, and people hold that and use that against you, but ain't nobody out here gonna tell me that I don't have a good heart, a good spirit, and that my intentions are driven for the best in people that I see and the best in people that are surrounded by me. People may hold my flaws, mistakes against me and try to use that as character glitches and all that, but at the end of the day, you as the individual are going to know what your intentions are in this life, and you're just real with it. And when you find that position within inside you, you're going to be convicted with that. And no matter what the fiasco, what the circus looks like, what the rhetoric looks like, you're going to stay strong to being you. And some people have a problem accepting you for you, and they will do all kinds of psychological tactics to try to dismantle you or make you change or make you conform to their way of thinking or do things according to the way of thinking. And at the end of the day, you're just not going to be comfortable with that. You're not going to be happy with that. And it's going to come out either now or it's going to come out in the long run if you scuttle that inner you for too long. That inner you has to breathe. And when you don't let that inner you breathe, problems arise. You're not content. You're frustrated on the inside because you're just not being you, man. You think that you're making people happy by conforming to a certain way of living or a certain way of life or a certain anything. But at the end of the day, you got to strive to be you. And being you is not about hiding you or saving face for anybody for who you are. And this is why I am who I am, man. And I'm getting more aggressive. I speak how I feel from the heart, man. And it's just the truth. I'm not here to intentionally harm people, hurt people, be judgmental in my talking or target a certain crowd. This is just what it is. What I offer is what you see, and that's it, man. And people are upset at that sometimes. People are upset at you for being you, man. They just upset that sometimes you're strong, you empower yourself, and you can't be tamed, you can't be controlled. And a lot of people out there would like to exploit that kind of energy and benefit that kind of energy. They want to take what's good from you, but not take the whole essence of you. And that's life. It happens in jobs every day. Corporate companies, they extract the hell out of you and just toss you out. So, I refuse to give anybody in this world anything over my head that will allow me to wither in my footsteps if it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? If it comes down to it, I walk, man. I will walk, man. No money, no situation is going to ever hold me hostage in this world, because as long as I can walk away with my dignity and with my self-respect for myself, I am good. And I don't discriminate that position with anything in life. Because you only have one life to live. You'll be judged according to your terms by your God. And at the end of the day, you could mix and match and change your character and jumble your DNA all you want to save face on other people. At the end of the day, you ain't gonna be happy on the inside. So if people ain't gonna be happy with you for your whole package and everything that you have to offer, good, bad, ugly, and the greatest attributes of you, it just ain't meant to be, man. Because this is what happens out here. People just get confused and want to extract you for what's good and not look at you as the whole essence, man. And that's a battle out here. And this has a lot to do with why people are just not happy, man. Because they change who they are for other people to just make other people happy. But at the end of the day, you gotta be you. And this is why I excelled up the ladder to an entrepreneur, my own boss. I live it. I do it every day. This is all I have. I don't get a paycheck from no other corporate companies, no other jobs. I wake up every day. I try to make change, and this is how it comes back to me. And that's how I live my life. So if you're out there striving to be who you are, man. Don't change it, man. Don't be scared. It's fearful out there, but don't be scared. Risk versus reward. Be you. Be kind, be grateful, and God bless you, people.